Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This is one of the teachings of Abraham. Before The Secret, there was Ask and It Is Given. This is the original Law of Attraction book of the modern era, written in 2004. And I love it because in the beginning, the first several chapters, you're getting kind of like instruction. And, you know, from the teachings of Abraham, he is like considered to be an entity that is bringing forth these messages in order to help us in our daily lives. And it goes into kind of like the law of attraction stuff and also like law of vibration, and how you feel affects what you're thinking, and what you're thinking affects what you're doing. So after about halfway through the book, you'll get into actual practical exercises. But the one of the most valuable things in this book for me was the different degrees of your emotional guidance scale. And it shows you from the top, when you're feeling the most empowered, the most, where you're attracting your desires, you're getting what you want in life, that comes from a state of feeling joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, or appreciation. Any of those is like the top of the scale. And as you go down the scale, you know, these are all good feelings to have, but kind of around this area right here, optimism, hopefulness, contentment, then it goes down to boredom. And your vibration goes lower and lower and lower as you sink down into these lower levels, with fear, grief, depression at the bottom of the scale. So the practical exercises teach you how to move up the scale, because your goal is always to feel better, and you can't jump from like the very bottom to very top. You have to go through levels. You might spend a couple hours, a couple of days, a couple of weeks in some of these in order to move up, but your goal is always to feel better than where you are, to get to that top of the vibrational scale. And so that's what the next part of the book is. There's actual processes, and I found this to be very helpful. I come back time to time to get reminded of different things I can do, and it tells you, you know, how to use the process, when to use it, and where you're at on the emotional scale. So if you're kind of feeling low, you want to pick one that's kind of at the bottom between, you know, like boredom and anger. But if you're feeling kind of on the higher end, you know, maybe you can go to one that's passion and hopefulness. So fantastic book. I love it. I've read it probably 4 or 5 times, and I continue to read it.